good, YouTube, man? It's Gabe with this is Fan TV. Back at you another video, man. Like the content of this video, go ahead, smash that like button. Like the content of this channel, go ahead, hit subscribe. The internet a little choppy out here, so I'm messing with the live feature. We see how this goes. This may be the first time, maybe the last time. We'll see what happens. All right. So let's get into it, man. All right. So some key Ravens come back today practicing. Marcus Williams is about a week away, a week or two away. He's a week away from having full contact and things like that. Right now, he still has a cast on, I think it's his left wrist. So that's good. It was good to see him out there. That was pretty cool. Ronnie Stanley was limited in practice today. John Harbaugh confirmed that. Kyle Hamilton was back in full. Isaiah Likely, he missed the Jaguars game after tweaking his ankle in practice on Friday. He back at practice. All right. And J.K. Dobbins officially opens up his 21-day window to return. All right. So the Ravens have a lot of good news on the injury front. A lot of guys that could help this team potentially coming back. Right. So that's good news for the Ravens. You feel me? So they got to take advantage of it. Hopefully these guys come back not in a rush, but in a way that can help the squad out. Right. Now what else? So Shamar Bridges re-signed to the practice squad. Shamar Bridges was a preseason superstar, for sure. Had a big game versus was it the tight? Who did we play in the preseason? But anyway, he had a big game, game one. They kind of went quiet the other games, but he showed enough that he could at least get a chance on this team. Now, the reason that he was on the practice squad originally is just because of he got hurt. You know what I mean? So they waived him because he was injured, things like that. And now he's back, right? Now we know the Ravens have had their troubles with wide receiver position and things like that, right? But Shamar Bridges is back, active, playing. I saw some videos of him practicing. Now, just because he's on the practice squad, don't get too excited. That don't mean nothing. We know how the Ravens act. Andy Isabella been on the practice squad for like a month, and we haven't seen him at all. Deshaun Jackson been on the practice squad, and we seen him sparingly. Some of that's due to injury, but you get it. Now what else? Now, that's kind of the injury news for the Ravens. So some key players coming back: Ronnie Stanley, Kyle Helm, potentially J.K. Dobbins, 21-day window. That's all good. Marcus Williams probably at least 2 weeks away. All that's fine and great. But the most interesting Ravens news of the day is that Greg Roman is in consideration for the Stanford head coaching job, right? So there's but an outpouring of Ravens fans are saying, "Hey, Stanford, hire Greg Roman right now. We'll help you get him over there if you need help with that, right?" But no, in all seriousness, though, it is cool that he gets any consideration for that kind of job. Now, would I like to see him possibly lead the Ravens? Sure. Open up a spot for maybe a T. Martin to take that job and, be the new offensive coordinator. That could open some things up. But in all seriousness, I don't really see this going anywhere. It's the middle of the season. Ravens are not going to make this change without I don't know. I don't see Greg Roman leaving this team in the middle of the season just because Stanford has interest. If Stanford has interest now, they'll probably wait to the end of the season if they really want him to be their head coach, right? But it's good news for Greg Roman. Anytime somebody's interested in you for a job, good for you. Now, as far as the Ravens goes and preparing for this week, um, it doesn't really change much, bro. Like just because Stanford has started their preliminary search, it doesn't mean much, bro. Honestly, these teams and this coaching search just take a long time to develop and happen. Just because they want to interview Greg Roman or just because they think that he could be a guy that they want to give the job to, it could be several weeks before we even get any kind of traction or any kind of formal interview. While it is funny seeing the Ravens fans saying that, yeah, I'll drive him to California myself or I'll pitch it on a plane ticket or this and that, but realistically, bro, Greg Roman is probably going to be the Ravens offensive coordinator for the rest of this season at the very least, unless something drastic happens and they fire him. Other than that, I don't really see much of a change happening there. So that's my thoughts on that, man. I might do another video about Greg Roman talking about it. Man, I don't know. But in general, the big news of the day is that these Ravens having some key players coming back, some guys that truly, truly can help the team. I'm hoping to see Marcus Williams in the next 2 weeks or so. Ronnie Stanley could be back this week. Kyle Hamilton should be back this week. To me, that's the one that's really big, honestly. I mean, Ronnie Stanley is huge too, don't get me wrong. But I feel like the Ravens on defense really missed Kyle Hamilton this past week. Brandon Stevens is all right. He's okay, but I like him better in a more limited role. With Kyle Hamilton out, it forced Brandon Stevens to play a bit more than I want to see him out there. Kyle Hamilton was really starting to get into the groove of things, and he was really playing well. So hopefully he can come back. Isaiah Likely, excited to see him back, but who knows how much he'll play. I mean, when him and Josh Oliver both play, they only get 30% of the snaps apiece. But then when one of them is out, it's 60% of the snaps. So you know how that goes with Greg Roman, right? And Shamar Bridges, bro. We'll see what happens. Now the Ravens have signed many a wide receivers to the practice squad, and not many of these guys have had a chance to come up. Right? It's really just been Benjamin Victor came up for the Saints game, didn't really play. Deshaun Jackson comes in and out sparingly. And Andy Isabella, like I said before, he's been a ghost. He's been on the practice squad for a month, and we haven't seen him in any live game action, bro. So it is what it is. But Shamar Bridges is a big 6'4", 6'5" receiver. So if the Ravens were to give him a shot, I think a lot of fans will be appreciative and love to see what can happen from there. But anyway, I just want to give this quick update. See how this live is going. May do it some more, may not. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, bro. But I'm gonna get up out of here, man. It's your boy Gabe. This one's Fan TV. I'm out.